Happy Valentine's Day, wifeys. Now, we're in luck this year because Valentine's Day falls on a Saturday. And that means you don't have to cook dinner for your love. You can cook brunch, which is much easier, much cheaper, and much less pressure. So today we're gonna get wifed up and make tortilla de española, which basically means an egg omelet with potatoes and onions, okay? Let's do it. Now, I already have pre-made this mixture. I'm gonna tell you about it later, but it needs to sit for at least 10 minutes, so I wanted to do it before, that way we can still get the nice flavor going. Here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need a pan with some oil in it, and you want it to be very, very hot. We're gonna let that heat up and sit. You're gonna want a regular old potato, peel it, we all know how to do that, right? Make sure you don't let it sit out too long though, because as you can see, it starts to oxidize and change color. I'm still gonna demonstrate how to slice the potato with you guys because we're not gonna use this one for that mix, but you don't wanna use it once it's oxidized. Okay, now we want these very, very thinly sliced and almost the same size. So you're gonna take your knife and just do this. And you can use a mandolin if you have one. I don't have one because I'm not that fancy. And so on and so forth. You can also cut your potato down the middle first. Yeah, and then go like that and do this way. It's a little easier. Okay, for your onion, I've already peeled my onion. I cut the end off. Now we're gonna take this and we're gonna peel it back. We're not chopping the onion like I did for a lot of my other recipes. What we're just gonna do is do down, down, down. About half of a half, and we're gonna get these nice pieces. Throw away the center. Okay, you are going to heat your thinly sliced potatoes and your onions in the pan. You're gonna turn it down, okay? The pan's really hot now. Turn it down and low for about 20 to 30 minutes, flipping it halfway through until the potatoes and onions are browned. Go to thewifeykitchen.com and the blog, and I'll show you step-by-step through photos how I did this, but I didn't want you to have to sit here for 30 minutes while I actually did it. All right, season with some salt and pepper per usual. Crack about 10 eggs. Combine everything, let it sit. Here's where we get to the let it sit part. You really want it to mash together. Now, if you look this up on the internet, there are so many different ways that people do this. Some people say add the egg and the onion, then the potato. Some people add it all together. Some people add the egg separately. This is just the wifey style. Okay, now we're gonna go back to this pan. By the way, forgot this very important step. Once your potatoes and onions are done cooking, you're gonna take a slotted spoon, put them in the bowl, and then save your liquid that you've been cooking with. You want all that nice flavor, and then we're gonna add it back to the pan. All right, now we're gonna pour everything in and immediately turn it very low. And we're just gonna let that guy cook for about 8 minutes, okay? You want the center to be liquid and the edges to form. And because it was so hot, it immediately sucked itself up into one big omelette-y fluffy mess. Okay, I'm about to do something really sacrilegious because you don't really find cheese in these recipes, but I like cheese, so I'm gonna use it. Take a little parm, shred it, and I'm just gonna douse it in there. It'll give the bottom a nice crust once the cheese is able to hit the pan in our next step. This is the part where things get a little dicey, I'm not gonna lie. And I've only really made this a few times, so I'm not perfect, bear with me. You can see how it's pretty much set except for the center. So what you wanna get is either a cookie sheet or a big plate. And I'm gonna spray this because I need all the help I can get, okay? What we're about to do is we are about to flip this upside down onto this and then slide it back in the pan so we can cook the bottom part. And like I said, it's not easy. Okay, here we go. Give it your best shot, right? Okay, 1, 2. Yeah, it's definitely not perfect, but pretty decent. And then we're gonna slide it back in there. Come on, buddy, go. Ready, steady. Oh yeah. Okay, well, let's ignore the mess. We won't tell my husband that we did that. And not bad. I mean, I've had a lot worse. I'm no top chef, guys, and you aren't either, right? This is the wifey kitchen. We're having a little fun. We're making mistakes, but for the most part, this thing looks pretty good. Now, we're gonna let this cook for about 4 to 5 minutes on this side, just so that the whole thing cooks all together. And if the center's a tiny, tiny bit runny, that's okay too. The dogs are excited. Okay, see, you don't even know there's a mess anymore. Everything's nice and one big solid fluffy omelet. You're gonna shake it a little bit, make sure it's ready. and then put it on your surface. Now, I really advise to let it set for 5 minutes or so, just so everything can kind of cool off and make one fantastic omelet. But for time's sake, I'm gonna show you what this looks like. So we're gonna cut and how to serve it. You serve it like a pizza. You can use bread, a little greens if you'd like, and there you have it. The Wifey, beautiful Valentine's Day brunch omelet. And you can see on the inside here how nice those potatoes look. Nice layers. Guys, this is what they serve in Spain everywhere. For breakfast, for lunch, this is a gourmet meal. And if you clean up the mess, no one will know you made it. Happy Valentine's Day. Check out the blog, and thanks for getting wifed up. For the full recipe, hit up blog thewifeykitchen.com. And thanks for watching.